for those of you who are Southern Baptists. I went from the womb to the cradle roll at the First Baptist Church of Dallas, Texas. Now, only you old people know what the cradle roll is. But they did not want us to sin as babies, so they got us right into Sunday school in a heartbeat. And I grew up there in several churches because my father is a minister and my mother is a singer. And so I grew up with the expectation that I also would be a Southern Baptist minister. My older brother was, and that was the expectation. And I followed in a different path, and that was I was first an opera singer, and then I decided I would teach college, and so I got a job at Houston Baptist University. And then they asked me to be the associate minister of music of First Baptist Church of Houston, Texas. Had a beautiful wife, 2 children, and the perfect picture. Absolute perfect. I worked really hard to build that. And I was absolutely miserable. Many, many, many times I was at the altar, weeping, saying, God, make me straight. Please take this yoke from me. I have a beautiful wife. I have a ministry. I have 2 beautiful children. I want with all of my heart to not be the thing that I know I am. One day, when I was 35, I realized that I could not live that lie any longer. And I, in a Christian counseling session, came out to my wife and the counselor. Things moved really fast in the Baptist church. You think they don't move fast. Oh, you're wrong. They can move really fast. Within, I would say, a couple of weeks, well, the next day, they had already prepared my resignation. And I was fired and lost my home, my cars. I went bankrupt, and my wife moved off to West Texas with my children. And I was left there living in a Motel 6, wondering, what am I going to do? The first night, I sat in that Motel 6, knowing that I was going to lose everything, with a sense of calm. Because for the first time, I was who God made me in my life. So, that was 1986. And I had no clue what I was going to do. Not a clue. And I would say that, the universe, God said, hey, did you know there's such a thing as a gay chorus? I said, no, I did not. So I found a job in Dallas, Texas with a small gay choir that I was going to stay a year because I was like, I don't think I can handle even the 40 gays that were in that choir. And I was going to stay a year, and I stayed 20 with the Gay Men's Chorus in Dallas, Texas. So I've been conducting LGBT choruses for the next 31 years after being in the Southern Baptist womb for 35 years. It has been the most incredible journey of my life. I have been fighting the fight, or the good fight, for those 31 years. We got a call. Well, we started reaching out to the South. You know the story. You can find it out. We started reaching out to the South saying, we want to go. We want to encourage our LGBT brothers and sisters. We really picked Mississippi and your neighbor, North Carolina, because they are the worst. They're the worst, those people. Oh, those people, I don't think there's any hope for them. So, but we'll keep praying, won't we, Jim? We sure will. We were in Mississippi the weekend on Sunday, when on Friday they decided to go ahead and pass HB 1523, one of the worst bills ever in our country in decades. North Carolina is struggling, but we think they're going to get better probably quicker. So we knew we were going to go there, and then we were trying to decide where we'd go in between. We got to Mississippi, and I got a phone call from one of our singers that said, I just found out that the First Baptist Church of Greenville, South Carolina might host our concert. And I said, you need to up your medications. I know her, and sometimes she skips them. So I couldn't believe it. So I wrote the pastor an email, and I said, Dear Pastor, I just want you to know that we are coming to sing. We're coming to share love. We're not coming to push anybody's buttons. It's really dry in here. And here's my Baptist pedigree. And I've been all that place that I just told you. And he wrote back and said, I don't need your Baptist pedigree. Let's talk on the phone. So we did. And he said, I trust you. So I said to him, we can leave out the fun stuff. We can leave Patsy Cline, we can leave her out. He said, don't you leave out any of the fun stuff at my church. And so it's his fault that right there, his fault. When we embarked on this tour, well, then there's one little more part of that. We came here to Greenville. We've been now here twice before this tour, and we spent a whole day in this church. And I got to be here in a completely empty church. Nobody here, not a soul. And I got to walk up to the podium and sing my mother's favorite song, knowing that I hadn't been in a Baptist church in 30 years, and she's watching. Why should I be discouraged? Why should the shadows fall? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? I sing because in a quiet room with nobody there except my mom, you have allowed me to come home. Thank you for that. It's something. Vivian even let me direct the choir. It was awesome. It was so great. When we departed for this tour, we decided that we would leave every dollar we could raise from tickets or donations in the city where we were. And in Jackson, Birmingham, Knoxville, and Charlotte tomorrow night, all of the tickets, all of the donations are going to beneficiaries. Well, you didn't pay anything to get in, now did you? You may have just lost some of your dignity by being here, but... So we're going to take up a collection. Are you kidding? I'm an old Baptist minister. We're home free here. With the help of the church and the LGBT community, you've already seen it in your program, we chose 4 beneficiaries from scores of worthy ones. And they are Aid Upstate, the First Baptist Church Tragedy Relief Fund, PFLAG Greenville, and United Ministries of Greenville. So I just want you to know that you're going to give a lot. You're going to go and you're going to think, what is the most expensive concert I've ever been to? And when I went, were there 200 gorgeous men standing there? And so just figure out how many people were up there and multiply it by that. And so I'm going to make it really easy on you. Would you, ladies, get your pocketbooks? That's purses for you other people. Get your pocketbook, pick it up. I'm waiting. And we're going to rise as we're able. Right, stand. This is so the men can get to their billfolds easier. And I have a number in my head. There are at least 1,000 people here. You do the math. What's this concert worth? More importantly, what do these 4 organizations need to do God's work in your town? We're going to do an offertory. They pass these things, and you're going to fill them. And I have a number in my head, and they're going to add it up. And if you don't give that much, we will lock the doors. And we'll be here. So deacons and ushers, come forward. And when you've given, please just have a seat. But we're on a tight schedule. We're on a really tight schedule. Oh, no, you people in the back. No. When the plate has gone by and you've given, then you may be seated. But we're going to continue with the concert while you give generously from your heart.